Hey Taurus, how are you? Long time no see. Well, firstly, let me apologise for my absence. I've been so busy this month because obviously the new year and everybody wants a new year reading. I also have a job on top of that, so I've been trying to juggle and get everything in and keep everybody happy. Unfortunately, that's come a price to the YouTube channel, which I do love doing and will continue doing. But yeah, apologies before I start, and thank you very much for joining me, and of course welcome any new people. So as usual, it's a general reading. It won't resonate with all of you, so take the bits that do and use them as stepping stones to take yourself forward in your life. I've shuffled the cards, I've taken the jumpers. For any new people, I do that prior to recording because sometimes the shuffling's fine, it's the jumpers, it takes quite a while for sometimes for the cards to jump out, and I prefer taking jumpers because it feels like I'm being given the information rather than extracting it myself. So anyway, with that being said, the cards are laid down, so let's get on with your February 2021 reading. Right, before we start, let's frame off this reading with a wisdom oracle and see what extra messages we can put into this reading. You know, get some clarity on it all. Right, let's go. Well, I hope you've been fine. I hope you had a wonderful new year. I cannot believe we're in lockdown again. It's a tough one, guys, isn't it? It really is tough for all of us. I'd like to say that I'm pretty upbeat about it, but I have my moments, and it's a bit Groundhog Day now, isn't it? And it's like, okay, it's like a never-ending story, isn't it? And although we're never going to get back to what we perceived as normal, you know, it'd be nice to go out, have a coffee with our friends, you know, maybe hug someone we haven't seen in a while, you know, a bit of human contact, and certainly for those of us who live alone. So yeah, it's tough, but we've got to do it. Hey, we've got to keep each other safe and ourselves safe. But you know what, when spring comes and April is here, you know, the general energy out there is that things will become a bit better. Things will start, you know, lifting. And even just applying a bit of logic rather than anything else. If you see what's going on in the news, that, you know, it's got to alleviate at some point, hasn't it? So yeah, it's hard being at home, folks, especially those with children and homeschooling. So my heart goes out. I've got friends who are homeschooling and they're at the end of their tether. They're pulling their hair out. And it's also a learning curve for them because they've got to learn what they're teaching their children, because, you know, the children learn in such a different way now, don't they? So yeah, it's hard. But hey, we'll get through it. We'll all get through it. Just a bit of determination and just call on our loved ones for support. And see this? The oracle's not coming out, and this is why I do my shuffling pre-recording, because sometimes it takes forever for something to jump out. And now they all want to jump out. There you go. We've got a couple though, which is brilliant. What have we got? The first one that came out is a higher power. Absolutely beautiful, Taurus. Really gorgeous. So let's put the higher power here, just looking at you. And we've got breathe. So breathe, Taurus. Right, let's jump in. The overarching energy of the read we've got here, which is the card on the bottom of the deck, is the Four of Wands. And this signifies you searching for stability or craving stability. And if you're not craving stability or in search of stability, there may be a bit of stagnation going on here. So with that being said, let's get on with the read and see what it reveals. We've got, in the departing energy, we've got the 5 and 6 of Cups. Right, so there we go. Sorry, I don't want it to blur, so I won't go into too near. So the 5 the Five of Cups is going to signify change, and the Six of Cups signifies perseverance. So whatever it is you're going through, and cups signify emotions, Taurus. So if you're having a bit of an emotional shift at the moment, and why wouldn't you be? Because things are so up in the air, you know, not, you know, on the exterior, so it's bound to do something inside us, isn't it? So if you're having a bit of a personal shift, if you've got changes going on within yourself and you're finding it a bit hard to get through, do persevere, absolutely persevere, the cards are saying here. And if this hasn't come into your field of vision yet, perhaps, well, for some of you it will come in, and the cards are saying absolutely persevere. It's funny because we've got 4, 5, 6 here, so it's like a progression, isn't it, coming over. So you're seeking stability because you've got changes going on, and you must persevere because it all will come good. It really will. So breathe, absolutely breathe, Taurus. That was really appropriate, that card, wasn't it? So that's the energy departing. So hopefully for the majority of you, you've overcome this already. You have felt maybe it's a paradigm shift, maybe it's a new way of thinking, maybe it's a new way of being that you're going through. You know, when we've got all this time to ourselves, when we're in our quiet moments, and you know there's not much going on outside because we can't distract ourselves, it does change us inside, and we do go through, you know, where am I, what am I doing, how am I going to get there, how do I change it? It feels difficult. We go through all those things, and it's really, really tough sometimes. So do persevere, Taurus. You're going to be fine, because in the energy coming in, we've got the Star. What a beautiful card, and I'm so glad to see it here, especially if you're struggling. The Star is all about long-term goals and plans. And of course, if you are going through a shift at the moment, you will be thinking about, you know, where am I going to go? How am I going to get there? And what am I going to do when I get there? That is, if you don't have something in mind already. I suspect that the change that's going on here is going to be maybe a change in direction to do with your career. Perhaps the way you live as well is coming into question. So, you know, absolutely long-term goals and plan is your focus going to come in, you know. So, and it's good that it does come in, because, you know, if you're feeling a bit wobbly, you know, plan for the future, build solid foundations, and absolutely, you know, do something good for you, you know, instead of, you know, persevere, overcoming the wobbling, doing something for yourself, and doing something that's positive always brings us out of that funk, doesn't it? It sort of just refreshes us. So long-term goals and plans coming in for you, Taurus, which is wonderful. In your challenge position, we've got Page of Cups. This is about new paths, experiences, you know, choosing something different to do, maybe doing something in a different way. This is also about discovery. It's about discovering new things, discovering the new you, perhaps. And the challenge here is to absolutely go with the flow. You know, the change that comes with the Five of Cups here, you know, go with it, breathe into it, absolutely breathe into it, because, you know, long-term goals and plans as well, guys. Do you know what I mean? It could be, it's in your hands. You know, you've absolutely got this. It can be whatever you want it to be, but relax into it. Breathe into it. It's coming. You know, just make the discoveries. It's really, really exciting. You know, and this is in your challenge position. So do you know what, Taurus? Go at it. Absolutely go at it. We've got, drum roll, in the advice from Spirit, we've got the Three of Discs, which is Pentacles in the traditional deck, and we've got the Queen of Wands. Now, the Three of Pentacles, it's all about being creative. It's all about lateral thinking. It's about, you know, doing something that you've always done, maybe, but perhaps in a different way. So it's about, or maybe adding to what you normally do, but adding a different element to it. It's about zhuzhing it up a bit. Do you know what I mean? Lateral thinking. I hate these sayings, but I'm going to say it thinking outside of the box. There it is, I've said it. And then you've got the Queen of Wands with her. The Queens are about patience. You've got to have patience. It's not going to happen overnight. It's about knowing what you want to change, establishing how you want to change it, and then, you know, absolutely with clarity that comes with understanding, taking forward your new ideas or the new way of doing something that you already do. So yeah, absolutely use your imagination. You know, it's out there. It's a discovery. You know, that's the discovery in the challenge position. Use your imagination. It can be as grand as you want it to be, I guess. So absolutely wonderful advice from Spirit, but do it with clarity. But you're going to need patience. The card is here saying, be patient, be patient, be patient. It will come. Now, again, outcome position, potential outcome position. We've got the Three of Swords and we've got the Two of Wands. Now, the Three of Swords is also a card of using your imagination to change things. Be creative. It can signify a little bit of disappointment, which is, you know, if you are going through a change and, you know, sometimes we say, right, I'll try this, you know, so we try a few different ways of putting forward the idea of doing something that we want to do or creating something that we want to create, and it's not, maybe it's not as well received as we want it to be, or perhaps that's just an internal perception. Maybe it is, you never know. If it, you know, whatever you're doing, ask for feedback. Ask people to give you a brutal honesty in what they think about your new idea, what they think about the way you're doing something differently, and take it on board, take it on the chin. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. These things help us grow. So I see a potential disruption here. Not disruption, it's not disruption, disappointment, a potential disappointment, but it doesn't have to be. We've got the two with it, which is about choices. It's about decisions, and this is a fork in the road. So you've got, you know, the choice is yours. It can be whatever you want it to be. But like I said, the three is about using your imagination. It's about digging deep. You know, and even if you think to yourself, should I try that? Oh no, and maybe you backtrack and say no because people will think it's going to be a bit wild and wonderful. I'll tell you what, Taurus, do the wild and wonderful. It might surprise you. And you've got higher power guiding you here. Don't forget that. You're not alone. I mean, this to me is quite an emotional month. There's a lot of cups here, but you've got all the pointers here saying that you can do something different here. You know, do dig deep, go inside, do your work, because your higher power is always there guiding you. All you have to do is listen. So please don't feel that you are alone if you're struggling inwardly at the moment. But in all fairness, it's a fantastic read. You've got all the elements here to make it work. It's really, really beautiful. So if you're feeling a bit of a wobble on, don't worry, it's all good. So yeah, that's your February coming in, Taurus, lovelies. I mean, like I said, it's not going to resonate with all of you. It's a general read. So just take the parts that do mean something to you and make them work for you. Right, let's get an animal oracle card just to round off the reading, just to see what... No, it didn't come. To see what information, what advice they'd like you to take into next month with you. Unbelievable, it's February already. Wow. I think you've got more than enough card spell there. So some fell on the floor, so let me just grab them. But the first one that came out, the brown bear spirit, is sitting to my left here, and it says take time out. And of course you're going to have to take time out, because if you've got all this internal stuff going on, you just go inside, contact your higher power, that which resides inside you and each of us. So absolutely go inside, big brown bear spirit. Look at the strength in the face of that bear. You've got that, Taurus. So fear not. Absolutely beautiful. Take time for yourself. It's going to be much needed, I think. And then you've got the squirrel spirit. Believe in yourself. I'm not really going to elaborate on that. It speaks for itself, and it's speaking to you, hopefully. Believe in yourself, because you can. Because you can do it, and you've got it within you to do it. Wonderful. Well, my Taurus lovelies, that's the read for February. I hope it meant something to you, as I've mentioned before. If you did enjoy the reading, please like, share and subscribe. Your likes are really important, apparently. I'm a bit of a techie dinosaur, so please excuse me. I'm told if you do press the like, then this video can reach other people perhaps that need it as well, or maybe need to hear the message. So thank you again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful February. I'm going to be back next week. I'm going to be continuing with my my energy reads, my weekly energy reads. They're not date specific. I'm not going to date my readings. I'm going to trust that if the title of the reading resonates with you and you want to listen to the message, then it's for you. And with that, my lovelies, have a wonderful month. I will see you soon. Don't forget to take care of you and each other, and toodle pip. Okay, lots of love.